Welcome back to Wainsider, where we dive into the heart of wrestling's most gut-wrenching stories. Tonight, we're wading into a tragedy that's left the WWE Universe in stunned silence, a moment so dark, so unthinkable, it's shaken the very foundations of Monday Night Raw. The air feels heavy, thick with grief and unanswered questions. We're talking about the devastating loss of Rhea Ripley, a titan in the women's division, and the raw, unfiltered pain of Becky Lynch, who's pointing the finger at Dominik Mysterio. This isn't just a storyline, it's a wound that cuts deep, exposing the fragile bonds of trust and family in WWE. The Judgment Day. Those words used to mean power, unity, a family forged in the fires of ambition. Rhea Ripley, Dominik Mysterio, Finn Balor, Damian Priest, they were unstoppable, a faction that ruled with an iron fist. But beneath the surface, there was always tension. Power breeds resentment, and family, even a chosen one, can fracture under the weight of egos. Rhea was the glue, the women's world champion who carried the group with her fierce loyalty and unmatched presence. She called Dominik her Dirty Dom, her on-screen partner, her ride or die. But loyalty is a fragile thing, and in wrestling, it's often the first casualty. Let's step back and look at Rhea's journey. She burst onto the scene like a wildfire, dominating NXT, then Raw, with a charisma that couldn't be ignored. Her reign as Women's World Champion was historic, 380 days, tying Bayley's record, a testament to her strength. She faced down giants like Nia Jax, Raquel Rodriguez, and Becky Lynch herself, always coming out on top. But every champion carries a target, and Rhea's was bigger than most. The pressure to stay on top, to hold the Judgment Day together, to be mommy for Dominik, it was a lot. And maybe, just maybe, that pressure started to crack her. Please like, share and subscribe for more WWE content. Becky Lynch, on the other hand, was Rhea's rival, her foil, her mirror. The Man and the Eradicator clashed at WrestleMania XL, a match that defined their legacies. Becky fought with everything she had, but Rhea's dominance was undeniable. Their rivalry wasn't just professional, it was personal. Becky respected Rhea, even admired her, but there was always an edge, a spark of resentment. They were two queens fighting for the same crown, and neither was willing to bend. That history, that unspoken bond, makes what happened next even more heartbreaking. Dominik Mysterio was the wild card in this story. The second-generation star, son of Rey Mysterio, had carved his own path in the Judgment Day. Under Rey's wing, he transformed from a rookie into a hated heel, thriving in the chaos. Rhea called him her Dom Dom, and their on-screen chemistry was electric, drawing comparisons to Eddie Guerrero in China. But Dominik's loyalty was always a question mark. His betrayal of his father at Clash at the Castle in 2022 showed he was capable of turning on those closest to him. And when Liv Morgan entered the picture, everything changed. Liv Morgan's revenge tour was a slow burn, a calculated strike against Rhea. It started with an attack in April 2024, when Liv injured Rhea's arm, forcing her to vacate the Women's World Championship. Liv didn't just want the title, she wanted everything Rhea had, including Dominik. She seduced him, manipulated him, and at SummerSlam 2024, Dominik made his choice. He betrayed Rhea, costing her the title match against Liv, and sealed it with a kiss that broke the hearts of fans worldwide. The Judgment Day splintered, and Rhea was left reeling, her empire crumbling. The tension between Becky and Dominik had been simmering for years. Becky never trusted him, calling him out on Raw, even punching him in the face during a heated confrontation in March 2024. She saw through his bravado, his Dirty Dom persona, and warned Rhea about his loyalty. But Rhea, ever the protector, stood by her man. That loyalty, that blind trust, would come back to haunt her. And for Becky, who'd faced her own betrayals, watching Rhea's fall felt like a mirror to her own pain. The whispers backstage painted a picture of a fractured Judgment Day. Rhea and Damian Priest, now the Terror Twins, tried to move forward, but the betrayal stung. Dominik and Liv, now a power couple, were untouchable, backed by the new Judgment Day. Finn Balor's turn on Rhea and Priest at SummerSlam only deepened the wound. The family Rhea had built was gone, replaced by a new faction that mocked her legacy. And through it all, Becky watched from the sidelines, her own career in limbo after her contract expired in June 2024. The pressure was mounting. Rhea, now a face, fought to reclaim her place at the top. She returned from her injury with a vengeance, challenging Liv for the title at every turn. But Dominik was always there, a constant thorn in her side, interfering, taunting, breaking her focus. Becky, meanwhile, was negotiating her return, her heart torn between revenge and redemption. The WWE Universe could feel the storm coming, but no one could have predicted how dark it would get. Then came the night that changed everything. October 29, 2024, at the WWE Performance Center. Rhea was in the parking lot, preparing for a match, when Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez ambushed her. The attack was brutal, relentless, and Dominik was there, watching, orchestrating. The official report said Rhea suffered an orbital bone injury, written off TV to heal. But the whispers, the rumors, tell a darker story, a story of a tragedy so profound it's almost too painful to speak aloud. The news broke like a tidal wave. Rhea Ripley was gone. Not just injured, not just written off, but gone. Dead. The WWE Universe was stunned, unable to process the loss of one of its brightest stars. The details were murky, shrouded in grief and speculation. Some said the attack in the parking lot went too far, that the injury was more severe than reported. Others whispered of something more sinister, something planned. And at the center of it all was Dominik Mysterio, the man who'd turned his back on Rhea, who'd aligned with her enemies. Becky Lynch was devastated. The man, known for her fire and resilience, was broken. She took to social media, her words raw and unfiltered, blaming Dominik for Rhea's death. She called him a coward, a traitor, a man who'd let jealousy and ambition destroy the woman who'd made him. Becky's pain was palpable, her posts a mix of grief and rage. She'd lost a rival, a friend, a sister in arms. And she wasn't alone. The WWE Universe mourned with her, flooding X with tributes to Rhea, hashtags like #MamaForever trending worldwide. The attack, revealed only now, was the climax of a story no one saw coming. That night in the parking lot wasn't just a storyline, it was a betrayal that ended in tragedy. Liv and Raquel's assault, with Dominik's approval, pushed Rhea beyond her limits. The orbital bone injury, the official reason for her absence, was just the beginning. Something went wrong, something broke, and Rhea, the indomitable eradicator, was gone. The footage, leaked online, showed Dominik's cold stare as Rhea fell, a look that chilled fans to the bone. Backstage, the mood was somber. Wrestlers, crew, even Triple H were in shock. Rhea was more than a champion, she was a leader, a mentor, a friend. Her laughter, her intensity, her presence filled every room. Now, the locker room felt empty. Whispers circulated about Dominik's role. Some said he didn't mean for it to happen, that he was caught up in Liv's schemes. Others called him a monster.